Right, similar to the previous problem, this is one of my favorite problems because if you take a regular route, whatever you deem to be a regular route or a normal route, then you would find like, okay, I'm just simply not seeing how I can get to x over root 13. Okay, the idea here is you do not always have to have a method to follow in a stepwise fashion to get right answers in a standardized test format. You can always use the answer choice to work your way back to get to the correct answer. And this is one such problem where you absolutely need the help of the answer choices, right? So if you see, okay, x to the 9, okay, is r, and x to the w, x to the power 5 is w, right? So what must be x to the 13 should be equal to, right? So how do we go about doing this? So if you take this, if you choose choice C, okay, which is r squared over w, okay, which would be x to the 9 squared, okay, over x to the 5, right? Which is x to the 9 times x to the 9 over x to the 5, which is x to the 18 over x to the 5, which is same as x to the 13, right? So now x13 is equal to r squared over w. This is probably the easiest way to solve this problem, okay? I don't know what other way you might take to get to the answer in a short amount of time. Okay. Now, similarly, you could go through and eliminate choice A, B, and D. It's just practically not going to give you x to the 13. Keep in mind, exponents are better when it is multiplied or divided versus added or subtracted. So in that aspect alone, you can eliminate choices A, B, and D, which leaves us with only choice C. Now, I'm not making any of these problems up. Most of the time, I'm teaching you exactly the way the thought occurred in my mind when I solved these problems. Okay, so that's how you solve this problem. So the correct answer is C. Moving on. All right, this is another one of those problems that involves exponents. You're given x to the root of x to the 23rd power over x to the power of m equals x to the 15, and x to the power of 4 raised to the power of n equals x to the power of 20, then what is n over m equals? First, let's take one term, okay? X to the 23rd over x to the m equals x to the 15. So if you actually multiply both sides by x to the m, then x to the m equals x to the 23rd over x to the 15. So it's x to the 8, right? X to the m equals x to 8. Therefore, m equals 8, because that's the clause. If the base is the same, then the exponent should equal each other, so m equals 8. Similarly, x power 4 power n equals to x to the 20. This is same as writing x to the 4n equals x to the 20. Similarly, when the base is the same, 4n equals 20, so n equals 5. Now we know m and n, so nm equals 8 times 5 equals 40. So the correct answer is D. Knowing a certain rule is very essential. Of course, you have to know the basics on every concept to be successful, but knowing the basics alone is not going to help you achieve a higher score, because if you're going to get stuck in like, I want to only do it a certain way, then you're probably going to fight for time on a standardized test where you're very, very limited in terms of time. So it's better that you have a backup plan on, okay, I tried this, it doesn't work, or it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to do it this way. Quickly switch plan, use the answer choices to work backwards. Sometimes it works, sometimes it may cost you more time. So you ultimately have to figure out what works best, and then you work your way around it. All right, so I think that's all I have for the Essential Math series. I'll be doing specific series on every concept that's in the SAT math test, and then you're welcome to watch each of those videos, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.